Hello, in today's video, we'll be going over charts in the report section of VisualDB. By the end of this video, we'll have a chart that looks something like this, where we can scroll between different dates. And also, we have different sections within our chart. So let's get right into it. The first thing that we're going to start with is with our queries, and we're going to create a new query, and we're going to use the query builder. We are going to make this our sales underscore query, and then we're going to choose a connection. From here, we're going to continue, and then we're going to add our sales table, and we're just going to add everything to it, and we're going to add table. Now we can test our query to see what happens. We're going to execute it, and just so you can see, this is what the table looks like. So we have some costs, we have a product, a quantity, a date, a price, a profit. And an important thing to remember or to notice is that, for example, two different records might have the same date. So just keep that in mind when we're considering things like quantity or price or profit. So let's close this. Let's press OK. And now we have our sales query. Next, we're going to go to our report section, and we're going to do new report. We are going to name this sales chart, right? We're going to pick our query, and that's the sales query, the one we just created. And remember to pick chart. If we choose table, it'll just show the records normally. We want to see this data charted out, graphed, right? And now we're going to press continue. And now you might notice that nothing popped up. And the reason is that we need to set up our chart. So we're going to go into design mode. And the first thing that's the most important is to focus on the chart type. So we have a column at the moment, but because we have a set of data that goes over time, we're going to choose our time series, right? Because we want like the change over time. So because of this, at the bottom here, where it says drag fields to areas below, we have values, series, and date field. These are going to change depending on what type of chart you have. So at the bottom here, we might have values, series, and categories for a bar chart. But in this video, we're going to be focusing on the time series. So the first thing that we're going to do, and most intuitive, is put our date field in the date field area. Next, we are going to put our profit. So we'll see here that we have just one line, right? So our chart only tracks the sum of profit of everything that happened on a certain day. For example, on May 2nd, 2013, there was $22,683 in profit. And basically, what's happening in the background is that the chart sums up all of the different profit that happened on this day. So remember when I pointed out the record before where there were multiple records on the same day? It is basically summing those up. Now, you might be wondering what the series does. And basically, what the series is if you want to separate different parts of your data by categories or by series in this example. So for example, if I wanted to differentiate them by product, we'll see here now there's a bunch of different products that are available. We'll notice that, for example, the purple line starts later, but for example, your red, your blue, or your green all start at different times. So we can see that these different products can pop into existence or disappear at different times. And then the final thing that I want to do is to focus on the way we can change the view of the data. So if we go into options, right, we can see show time period picker. And if we click this and then exit out of design mode, now we can pick the data that we want to review. So that was the charting capability of reports within VisualDB. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.